This is the updated version of the editor here. It actually, the version history button here shows you the current version. I'm calling this 0.1.0. And if you scroll down, it shows you the current version, shows you previous versions and their notes and dates and whatnot. If you scroll down to here, it shows you the roadmap for the near future and for the more distant future. This button will actually open up a browser window to show you the tutorials for how to use this editor, and I've moved the Set Starting Room button up to here now inside the Rooms tab, and as you can see there's also a Characters tab which acts quite the same way. If you want to create a new character, click the Add Character button. I want to do Big Mac here, so I'll just use B for the button, and brings this up. This is actually probably the last tab that you're going to use, but it shows you a good overview of the character once the character is built. You can populate the animations for the character using the left image and right image tabs. These are copied from the same custom animation panel that we use for widgets, or in some cases, no, I guess we don't use it for doors after all. These editor panels are pretty much the same as widgets, except that there's 6 of them. There's one for standing, one for walking, and one for in the air. That counts for both jumping and for falling. Once again, use for all images here. And there he is walking. The raincoat that he's wearing here is indeed a shout out to Fiends from Dream Valley. I could do a whole nother series about, well, not series. I could do a whole nother video about how there are similarities and differences between Fiends from Dream Valley and this game, but that's another story. If you click OK, the character is not yet done. I haven't really set up the bullets or what the bullets will look like for this character, nor have I set up any of the right animations. And for that reason, the background of this particular character rectangle is brown. You can change which key it is. Maybe I want it to be M. Change it back to B here. Click Edit to continue making changes. And now that there's some actual images to show here, it shows the character, and you can alter his hitbox here as well. The blue box here basically represents his hitbox. The Y offset, it tells you how far off the ground the character is. I believe that 8 is the correct one in this case. Yes, this will vary depending on what the images are. You can set the character name here to Big Macintosh. And you can change the number of hearts that he has. It goes up to 8 in terms of what it can show here. If you go beyond 8, it'll still count as that being his health, but if you go beyond having 8 hearts, then the 8th heart will be shown as a plus instead of as a heart. If it's shown as a heart, that means he has exactly 8 health. If it's plus, then he has more than 8 health. And the color of the text in the background are the same. So if I set it to orange, as you can see, the background changed from black to orange, and the background color, if I set it to red, then that kind of interferes a little bit with the hearts here. So I'm going to use a custom color, 200, 0, 0. You have to use this button if you're going to use custom colors. Once you see the color that you like here, click OK, and it's applied here. The face image, created this one in advance. There's no transparency on this. This is what is going to show up at the bottom of the screen when you're playing as this character. Since I have the left images all set up here, I'll go with the right images. Standing still. Walking. You can still select multiple files, just the same as with widgets. Set the transparent color to yellow. Click OK, and it's still not done because I haven't set any bullet animations yet. Unfortunately, these are not directional at this point. There's a lot of things which I'd like to have someday which aren't in this particular update. There are no custom character abilities, there's no magic system. Anyways, on the bullet stats panel, you can control how powerful the attack is down here. You can also tell it whether these should be spread shots or whether they should spawn hearts or not. And this X offset and Y offset determine where exactly the bullet spawns. Like if I set this to 20, the bullets will actually spawn in front of Big Mac here. If I set it to something outrageous like 30, they spawn way in front of him. But 11 looks about right. You can change the Y offset as well. Like for Twilight, they would come out of her forehead because that's where her element is. The other characters would have it around their neck. If you actually set it to something like -11, it comes right out of his head. 8, that's his chest. Negative puts it higher up, positive puts it further down. Okay, I believe that is everything. So I'll click OK, and the background changed from brown to blue. That blue symbolizes that the character is complete. If you want to remove characters, you can do so with this. So that's about it for the editor. Just an FYI, I probably should have recorded earlier in retrospect. Characters are attached to a particular level, so a character without a level pretty much can't be played. That being said, if you have a level with no characters in it, that level will be played by the default main 6 characters. The Big Mac that I built in the editor here was just used for example purposes. What I'll be playing in the next segment of this video is a different level with Big Macintosh in it that I created earlier. One more thing to show you guys is the menu system here. There is a leave feedback option here. If you press the space bar over that, this will take you to an MLP forums discussion thread. Want to help likewise takes you to another discussion thread. You'll have to create an account at MLP forums in order to participate in those threads, but that's where I'm putting this together. Now to show you guys what it looks like. Obviously the scoreboard has changed. This purple zone here sort of fills in the gap between the new boundary between the play area and the old scoreboard. The new scoreboard shows the characters and their health. Take damage here, and as you can see, he's lost a heart, lost another one. I've got Rainbow Dash and Big Mac in this particular custom level. This is a copy of the making of level. And run out of hearts, and it refills everyone's health. Big Mac, as you can see, is quite a bit slower than Rainbow Dash is. His shots spread out, and they make hearts. So yeah, that's about it for the custom playable characters. Hopefully someday I'll be able to use this extra space I've created to make things like a dialogue system, an inventory system, and there's still a little real estate down here that I could use for, say, a mana bar or something along those lines. But yeah, so far this is what I got. Thanks.